Here you got a mom, and basically in this climate you're not going to get them to look much better than this. And besides, you know, I've been watering it. It's not like it's my fault. You know, you saw me water. This is not my fault. I did not do that. And over here, I don't know what this is, but
the crappiest gardener in the world will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you the following episode of Almost Live.
And this is what I got.
Bob Nelson, Bill Stainton, Nancy Guppy, Steve Wilson, and Ed Wyatt, and starring John Keister. Audio guys, or the studio crew, or the makeup people, or the wardrobe department, or the caterers. It's none of those people's opinions. It's the lighting guy. Yeah, he's the one with all the big opinions around here.
Shut up!
Mr. Know-It-All, the big brain. And now, here he is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Almost Live. I think we're all very excited here. This is a great day for sports in Seattle. Number one, the Huskies took another step towards the Rose Bowl. But see, right now, in Seattle, this is the perfect moment. See, the Huskies did that. The Mariners' season is over, and the Seahawks haven't played yet. See, so... Well, right. Perfect. We're in just that window of perfectness here. So, actually, now that the Mariners have finally put an end to the needless suffering of last season, I think it's time that Almost Live took a moratorium on Mariners jokes. Do you think so? No. Well, maybe for just a little while anyway. Of course, the thing is, we really don't need to make jokes now that the Mariners advertising agency has taken over for us. Did you guys see the Mariner ads in the paper this week? You see, they had Ken Griffey Jr. in a Tampa Bay Mariners uniform. See, and it says, see, considering what could have happened, 1992 wasn't so bad after all. Well, that's a great positive message. It's sort of like saying, yeah, we sucked, but at least we sucked in Seattle. We'll be seeing Mariner bumper stickers that say, could have been worse, which I think is something that Seattle can be proud of. As you may have also noticed, Bellevue is looking for something to be proud of. You might have seen this article, this other article in the paper. Bellevue on lookout for historic sites. You see, Bellevue is about to turn 40 years old, and it's occurred to a few civic leaders to see, is there anything over there worth protecting and preserving? Which, I have to admit, a good question in Bellevue. I mean, you're over there, you look around, do we have any buildings or anything at all that we wouldn't want to bulldoze over and build another strip mall or condo? Well, nobody could think of anything offhand, so they're paying two consultants $20,000 to search for historic sites in Bellevue. And they've also asked the residents of Bellevue for suggestions, and guess what? We just happen to have a list of some of those suggestions. They've already been received. That's right. Bellevue historic sites, for example, that place where Jason wrecked his RX-7 when that girl put her head in his lap, that one's on. The last house not built on a cul-de-sac. Okay, in Bellevue, the site where an African-American was first hassled for suspicious behavior. Historic Bellevue, ladies and gentlemen. The room where they keep the chips and salsa at El Torito. Yeah, popular one there. Baines, inventor of the Jell-O shot. And finally, the religious site where the Virgin Mary appeared briefly and bought a pair of pumps. Historic Bellevue. Don't worry, speed freaks. We have a show just for you.
It's time for Frenetic Pace, the show for people who don't have time to waste. And now, here's your host, Whip Winger.
Hi, folks. Today we have a special entertainment edition of our show featuring the latest movies from Hollywood, theater from New York and London, fashions from Paris, popular music, the symphony, the ballet, and really bad performance art. But first, before we...
Not that great. Whip?
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin from the President of the United States.
Would you please shut up and sit down?
This has been a special news bulletin. We now return you to regular programming.
I'm here with Tad Inglemore, star of Shakespeare Underwater. Tad, what's it like playing Othello with 55 pounds of scuba gear? Thanks, Tad. Now it's time for our movie reviews with Cecil and Egbert.
I'm
Phone call. Hi, what's your name? How old are you? Where are you calling from? And what's on your mind?
Carol, 31, Houston, Texas. What do you think of Dan Quayle?
I don't. Well, we'll be right back after this entertainment fact.
Arsenio Hall says, yeah, a lot.
Well, that's all the time we have. If you want a transcript of today's show, here's the address. See ya. All right, we're going to keep that pace going because we've got a great show, and we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Ballard Computer in Seattle, Kirkland, and now open in Tacoma. Return to Up with Human Beings.
Hi, kids, and welcome back to Up with Human Beings. Today, we've got a little extra time at the end of our show, so I'd like to get serious for just a moment. Remember, kids, you're all winners out there, and we all know that winners say no to drugs. And they say no to anything a stranger offers them, whether it's candy or a ride in their car. Right, gang?
Right.
Still more time. Okay, well, there are so many things to be careful about, kids. Peter, give us another Up with Human Beings no-no.
Well, you really shouldn't drink.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you shouldn't drink until you've remembered this rhyme. Whiskey before beer, never fear. Beer before whiskey, always risky.
Okay, good, Peter. That's a great thought for the kids. Now, remember, parents, before you call to complain, Peter comes from a dysfunctional family. He's working very hard on controlling his sometimes inappropriate remarks. Now, Alex, maybe you could do better.
Sure. Remember, kids, don't smoke. But if you do smoke, try Carlton's.
Oh, well, that's much better. Becky?
Remember, don't play with guns. But if you do happen to shoot someone outside your house, be sure to drag him back inside before the police arrive.
What was it? Yeah, just say no to drugs because it's like stupid, man.
That's right.
Remember to love and obey your parents, but if they do something you don't like, get a lawyer and sue their butts off.
Sue their butts off. Well, I guess that's not bad coming from a borderline psychotic.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, well, we must be out of time now, right? Well, how much? We gotta cut. How much?
Steve, I'd like to try another one.
Well, why the hell not? What harm could it possibly do now?
Right. Remember, don't have sex until you're ready.
Okay, all right, okay. Now that actually is some good advice. All right.
And when you are ready, be sure to use Teen Dream condoms. Teen Dream, the condom that knows what puberty is all about. And if you're feeling lucky, buy them by the box.
Steve? TJ here has got one. Right, TJ? Right. Hey, kids, don't steal, especially if the stuff has those ID numbers on the back, and then the police can track it and nail you.
Yes, Paul?
And don't take drugs, man, because it's like stupid.
All right, I think that finally does it for today. Be sure to join us next week when we're going to have a great show that times out a little better so the gang from Up with Human Beings doesn't have to try to ad-lib for a whole minute.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music. including the songs of self-delusion.
I could have played pro ball, you know. I almost made the team in high school. Of course, I can drive off a sure butt head. Hey, take your hands up. There's Waldo in my pants. I'm telling you, he's in my pants. Why are you putting my hand in warm water? Why are you pointing and laughing at me?
You'll hear songs of alcohol-induced, including Let Me Show You the Trick I Do with Matches. Look, a tattoo parlor. Psst, that girl over there is checking me out. Look out, the egg salad's coming back on me. And I'll tell you another thing. Let's drive to Reno. And
I sure wouldn't kick her out of bed. I think I can beat this train. I think I can beat this train. If I just step on the gas, I'll beat this train.
folk songs of the slightly inebriated. Available wherever six-packs are sold.
Good evening and welcome to the Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Northwest Airlines is now printing the nutritional breakdown of all their meals. An airline spokesperson said that for the further convenience of the passengers, they're printing the information directly onto the air sickness bags. Well, once again, Microsoft's Bill Gates topped Forbes magazine's list of the richest Americans with $6.3 billion. Gates said he would have been even richer, but he blew a lot of money on lotto tickets this week. Well, a new curfew in Bellingham will ban children under 15 from being... The average cop would never wear a leisure suit to court, saving it for a more appropriate occasion, such as a wedding or a fancy dinner. Emmett Watson has just written a new book titled Once Upon a Time in Seattle, which is a personal history of local people Watson has known. The first chapter includes profiles on Seattle and many of the brides who came over on the boat. A sexual harassment case against the Washington State ferry system became big news this week when the state used an unusual tactic in court. They decided to believe the woman. Ooh. TV ads, the M's head of marketing, Stuart, to laugh at ourselves. Actually, Lane went on to say, it's part of the job description. Well, Starbucks Coffee plans to change its split-tailed mermaid logo because some people think her pose is too suggestive. Starbucks says several parents have also complained of finding coffee cups in their teenage boys' dresser drawers. A Hanford nuclear waste storage tank may have leaked 7,000 gallons. Officials say they're not cloud moves away. Finally, not just a bunch. When pressed for further comment, he said, I mean, we also like to fight and throw things. This has been the John Report. Thank you. We'll be right back. We're out of paper again, everybody.
Why can't anybody ever get this right? Is this so tough?
Do you find that regular Trivial Pursuit is too... Then you need to check out Trivial Pursuit, the Radical Feminist Edition.
The correct way to refer to Manhattan is
Person-hattan.
Is that it, sister?
Oh, this is a tough one. What do you call the reproductive organ of the human male?
Vastly overrated.
Yes.
Trivial Pursuit, the Radical Feminist Edition, is great fun to play, but no nonsense about telling it like it is. Men don't take part in child rearing because
they're evil. And they're wimps.
Scum.
Pigs.
you got it.
Jerks.
And there's several categories to choose from, including the evils of makeup, flannel shirts, and the history of severely pulled back hair. So if you want a good time, who are the greatest actresses in Hollywood?
Jodie Foster and Callie McGillis.
But you also have an agenda.
All right, who was president of the United States when women got the vote?
Some rich, white,
Warmongering.
can't keep it in his pants, patronizing,
Male.
idiot, jerk,
Limp, can't get it up, jackass.
from hell, slime.
Won't leave his wife. God, I hate him. I really just
Have a
hate him.
muffin, have a muffin.
Then join together in sisterhood with Trivial Pursuit, the radical feminist edition.
Well, we had a wonderful time tonight, and if you would like to join Almost Live, call us for these tickets right here. What do you applaud? Did somebody turn on? Apparently the applause light is stuck on. So, does anybody else know any no-nos for Up with Almost Live? Anyway, congratulations again, Huskies, and I guess we'll see you. That was a safe one. And I guess we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. See you next week.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza.